Hi everyone, this is the new LEGO Animal Crossing Goldie's Cozy House. It's a brand new set that will be released on August 1st, 2025 worldwide, but I was able to get it early at a local retailer. Here's a look at the back of the box. Let's open the box and see what's inside. I wonder, is it going to be paper bags or plastic bags? Let's find out. Plastic. In this set we get these 3 numbered bags. This instruction manual that I will not be using, but it does have a QR code to scan for points. Here's the part list if you're interested. In this set we also get this piece, which is kind of like a plate, but it has a height of 2 around the corners. So a pretty interesting piece with a lot more anti-studs compared to regular studs. We have seen this in the Super Mario theme as well. As always, I will build this set without the instructions, and in this case I will rely only on the box, so no 3D view or anything like that. I'll mention that the name of the character is actually different in French and in Spanish to follow the game. So it's actually Mirza in French or Tere in Spanish for whatever reason. And here's a better look at that, and of course we'll look at the real minifigure soon enough. It looks like we'll be using this piece right at the start in bag 1 to build this stuff right here. This bench or table, whatever you want to call it. Bag 1 gives us the Goldie minifigure, as well as this mailbox, this snail, and this park bench. It's done quite nicely. And we also get these 2 green plates that we could use to connect these items to the rest of the set or to other Animal Crossing sets. Bag 2 builds the main part of the house, including the front facade and the sides, and just a little bit of interior detail with this plant piece. Bag 3 finishes the build with this cute little piano. I really like the design of it. It's simple yet nice, and both of these are prints. There are no stickers in the set, by the way. We build the 2 parts of the roof, we build the bed, as well as the chimney, and a chair for the piano that I should have mentioned earlier. And now we can just attach everything together very quickly and we'll be done with the build. I love the way the roof fits together. And then because of the open back and not even full roof, but half roof, kind of like what they did for the Shire, it's actually pretty easy to insert things where you want them to be. And of course you can always adjust these slightly to your liking. But before we talk about the build, let's look at the minifigure. The Goldie minifigure is very nice to get. I do like the very large molded head. It's definitely something special. And the printing on the front and back of the torso is very nice as well. I do like the contrast between the light yellow used for most parts of the minifigure versus the regular yellow used for the torso part. It's a nice contrast indeed. I do like the pattern right here. It's designed very nicely and also executed very nicely as well. And in person, the orange lines appear a lot better than what they do on camera, kind of like when I'm focusing it right now. And if you do hear some noise in the background, sorry, there's some construction in my area at the time that I record this, but I just wanted to get out this review as soon as possible because this is an early review after all. And here's a comparison with a generic LEGO City minifigure, one of the better ones due to his torso as well. You can see the very large difference in size. They're right next to each other when it comes to the head. This is literally more plastic than a standard minifigure, plus it's a custom mold, it's a custom part, and it's licensed. So definitely this would be a much more premium minifigure than just a generic one. Although I do have to say, for the price that we pay for the set, I do wish we got a second minifigure. But we do get at least this other character, which is this snail. I do like this new molded piece right here. I don't think it's the first time that it appeared. I think this has appeared in other sets before, but it is still nice to get in this color. And here we're using some nice part usage, so the ice cream swirl piece is used here to represent the snail shell. That's pretty interesting. And this looks to be a mailbox where you can kind of simulate the idea of inserting mail and then removing it. And this, by the way, is one of the older prints that LEGO has, or something similar to one of the older prints that they had for mail that's been around since the 1980s. So either this or something similar to it has been around for many, many decades, and I just find that to be interesting. Otherwise, this is a very minimal piece of terrain. What you see is what you get here. And same general idea with this park table or bench table, whatever you want to call it. And it's a perfect place to sit down for a meal with friends, or sold separately. But you can easily sit 4 minifigures here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you can fit 6 if you let some minifigures hang on the sides, like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. You can barely make it work if you adjust the arms just the right way, but you will be able to fit 4 comfortably here, that's for sure. And here's what one of them would look like. It's a very good look right there. And you can eat either a croissant or the pear, both are included in the set, or both. So that's some nice options right there. Moving on to the house itself. So it's a pretty nice and simple construction. It's a cozy house. I do remember LEGO did a creator cozy house not that long ago that was a little bit larger. And this one is quite different in terms of its design, but it's still cozy, meaning like small and not that many pieces, not too many ornate details. This is not a modular building. It's not even trying to be, but it's fine for what it is. It's a toy for kids if you want to build something very quickly and just play with it. And so I'm perfectly fine with that. And I do like enclosed buildings in general, but just because this is a set for kids, it's really designed for play. I can kind of understand why they did the open back. So yeah, we have a door that opens. That's very nice. And then you look on the inside, you don't really see much from this vantage point. Maybe just flip it around to see the piano that we looked at not that long ago, the bench, as well as the bed. Here is Goldie playing the piano. You do have to lean them back a little bit, so that is something interesting to keep in mind. That's because of the short legs. And This is what Goldie looks like when sleeping in the bed, although there's no way to close the eyes. But it's still a nice look if you can ignore this arm, or maybe just make the arm go up to fit in the bed. Yeah, something like that. So you're gonna rest, and you have to not move this building too much if you want to make them stay in one place. Otherwise, you could just replace this tile right here with a plate, just so that the legs can be fixed here and they won't go anywhere. So you do have the option to do that, and actually it's included in the set if you want to use this particular piece, although it's better to use a plate and tile instead of just a plate, just to make things a bit more convenient and elegant. So the roof has an interesting technique to it because it's built on hinges. It's only attached from one side, and you can actually adjust this part of the roof because there's no chimney or anything else that's blocking it. And this way you can kind of better see how this was put together. Very simple yet very effective, and I do like the stripes here that added a little bit of extra color to the set. They did not need to do that, but the fact that they did this just elevates the set a bit more and makes it seem a lot more impressive than it is. You have these windows here that can be removed. I don't know if that's the design or the intention. You can remove these windows, and there were other Animal Crossing sets that had other types of window frames that you could put here instead if you want to change the look, as long as you have those other sets, of course. And speaking of the other sets, you can connect to them or connect between the house and the different components included in the set using these pieces right here. So you could, for example, do what is shown at the front of the box and just have everything separate like this, or you could do what is on the back of the box and that's linking them together. So you could link this way, or this way, or this way. It's all up to you, really, whatever you think is best. And you can link this here on the side or at the front as well if you want to have the mailbox right next to the door, although you might want to put a little bit of distance just so you're able to freely open the door without any interference. Let's take a final look at the set from all angles, especially the main build. So that's what it looks like from directly on top. On the bottom, not much to talk about. I'll just do a little 360-degree spin. So yeah, in terms of building the set without the instructions, it was very straightforward. I was able to build it using only the box and nothing else. And I think it's fairly obvious with only 149 pieces, and most of it is just bricks stacked on top of bricks, and you'll very easily be able to figure it out. And the hinges are no mystery either, because you just flip the box and you see from the back, this is exactly how it's built. So absolutely no mysteries with this one. In terms of price and value, this is a set that costs $23 US or $25 Canadian. I definitely like the Canadian price better than the US price, although I do think that both are overpriced, and you would be better off getting the set at a discount if you're not in a rush to get it. The figure is nice and has custom molding just like with the Simpsons, so I do recognize that, and I do understand that this would cost a bit extra than your standard LEGO City minifigure. And all the other parts in the set are fairly generic. There are no stickers, but just a few prints of the existing parts, nothing new here as far as I'm aware. And you do get a few of these large specialized pieces like the door, for example, and these rather large pieces right here, and this large plate as well. So you can't just say, oh, it has to be 10 cents price per piece, so it must be $15. I do think it's a bit simplistic and reductive. Yes, there is the minifigure here. So I would say around $17 or $18 US or 23 max dollars Canadian is where I would like to see this at. So I'm asking for a slight discount, and then I would be happy with it. It's not totally crazy or anything like that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this set. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos coming your way very soon. Oh, and by the way, if you do like this background right here, I did it because I built the LEGO Icons Simpsons Krusty Burger recently, so that's the reason why I have this background right here, and I decided to keep it for this particular set just because it really fits the theme, it fits the box art, it just makes sense to me. So do you like this background, or do you prefer the standard white background or lack of background that I had in previous videos? Do let me know in the comments down below. And once again, I'll see you in the next one.